Good morning and welcome to Winnipeg. Well, we're not going to be doing this all day, but I just wanted to show you what we've sort of got here. Now, I got to tell you, it took me over an hour to untangle all this. Like when you take it out of the box, you pull everything out, and it's not tangled together, but it doesn't fan open. Okay, the idea is it's supposed to go open like that, and it's eventually it does after working at it for about an hour. And I'm not kidding, about an hour, maybe more. At first I thought, I'm not going to be able to do this. And I was wondering, how do I return this to Amazon? Anyway, I did eventually start seeing the light here, and I realized, okay, if I move this wire through this way, and eventually I got it. It'd be really nice if it just sort of fanned open properly, but it doesn't. Now, another thing I'm going to have to do here is when it's like this, it takes up about almost the length of the hobby table here, and so in other words, the windows are only about, I think, 33 or so inches across, and this is something like 70 something. So I've got to sort of scrunch everything down. And when you do that, the larger stars, which are all hanging from, like, they're supposed to hang from hooks like this, okay? And the larger ones, they just won't fit side by side. So I've got to sort of stagger them so that I've got one down here, one up here, one down here. You know what I'm talking about, I hope. Anyway, we're not going to talk about this all day. I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to try and gather it up in such a way that I can ungather it later. And I'll be building a frame out of very thin wood, like 3/4 inch by 1/2 inch strips of wood, so that I can suspend everything in this frame. Because when you hang these up, they don't necessarily hang, in the right direction. They might be a little bit this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill holes in the corners here and run a clear fishing line, monofilament fishing line through them to hold them straight, and it's going to be sort of strung out like a spider's web. That's the plan. But right now the plan is to get this all cleaned up, and maybe I'm going to nip some parts. I'm not going to paint today. I'm not going to paint. Now I don't know if this is a good idea or not. A lot of these parts are very similar, and yet some of them are distinctively different. So I guess I didn't need quite as many tuna fish tins as I have here, but I've got them, so why not use them? And I know that there's a lot more parts here than there is tuna fish tins, but there's we need several M2s, for instance. Okay, let's get our sprues here and see what we can do. Okay, here we are. I was saying that we need several M2s. Well, here's the number 2, and there are 4 M sprues, so that means there's 16 altogether. Now here's a case of where we probably could take advantage of the fact that they are attached to the sprue, sort of. Now I don't want to go nipping this off because I'm going to be taking this whole runner, or whatever they call it. So, but what I can do is I can nip away back here like this, It's okay, I know where it went. I know where that one went. And that one you can see it. Okay. So here we go. So the idea is I will clean the top part off and get the top of the bollard nice and smooth, and I will leave the bottom attached, and then we can hang on to it while we paint. I might be able to even brush that. That might be kind of fun. I think that this entire thing is supposed to come off flush like that. I don't think it's supposed to, you know, it is kind of molded kind of funny there, but I'm pretty sure that there's not supposed to be a positioning pin on the bottom of that. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to come off just like that. Okay, let's move on here. Okay, M28 and M29. I figure as long as we're working on the M sprue, we may as well get all the M parts instead of skipping around. Now, the sprue is attached from the side instead of from the bottom, so I'm going to leave the sprue attached, most of it anyway. And okay, so that's 28, and that's 29. Let's take a little look on the other side here. Okay, yeah, sort of, you can see it's going to probably go over some sort of a positioning part. Same with that one. Yeah, this probably is not going to lend itself too well to being painted while it's attached to the sprue. Okay, so we'll get the other 3 of each, and then we'll move on. Okay, now the M30s, 30, 30, 30, 30, all of these are M30s. There's some sort of a fair lead, and they have to be separated. Okay, and maybe we can... Now I don't know if I'm going to be wanting to leave the sprue attached to these or not, because... Where's my tweezers here? Yeah, when we... yeah, it's... see, that what I'm holding on to, this part here, when it comes off, that's going to be the top. It mounts like this on the deck. So so this is going to want to be, you know, sanded smooth and get the flashing off of it there. I know I'm not very good at getting flashing off, though, am I? But yeah, I think that probably these ones here will have to be stuck down on a double-sided tape or something, and at least that's my thinking at the moment. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and get the rest of them. There's a total of 28 altogether. Okay, I was looking at this a moment ago as I was nipping the rest of them off, and I was wondering, why did Trumpeter not fasten the runner or the sprue or whatever you call this connection, have it come up from the bottom? So you know, we could, you know, it'd be a lot easier to... Anyway, and I was thinking to myself, probably somebody like Nigel from Nigel's Modeling Bench, he'd know. Because he's sort of into this sort of thing. In fact, I was listening to one of his recent episodes, and he was mentioning how, I think it was Airfix or somebody had invited him to come to their factory to watch it being one of the new models being made or something. But anyway, enough about that. Then when I turn this around, you can see that the bottom is different, okay? So if they had have had this part coming up from the bottom, then it would have been more difficult for the modeler to keep the shape. So yeah, I can understand that. Usually there's a reason for stuff like this. Okay, this is the last one on the M sprues, M27. And here's another case of where they fastened the runner up onto the top of the part. But I guess the reason for that is because the positioning peg is so delicate that if they had have had it come the other way, although there have been parts that have been like that. Although maybe because this is such a large diameter, it wasn't going to work out. And then maybe they thought that the modeler might nip off the positioning peg. I guess they know me too well. Okay. All right. Okay, there is only one J sprue. So if we need more than one piece, it's going to have to be on this sprue. And we need number 5 here. And here again, it's I can't really paint it while it's fastened to the peg. Okay, we got that. Now we also need a number 11 here. Okay, number 11. Okay, the next 4 pieces we need off the J sprue are the 33, 35, 40, and 42. And to me, they all look almost identical. In fact, they do look identical, but for some reason there must be subtle differences. And so we'll keep them separate. I have 4 separate tins. So here we go. Okay. Number 33. Number 40. $35. And 42. Okay, I'm going to be winding it up for this afternoon. I want to work on my Christmas lights. So thanks for watching, everybody, and all being well, we'll be seeing you tomorrow.